Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to be going over real quickly my new updated Prism deck that I put together. The deck didn't change all that much. It still has the same grade 3 lineup, Labrador and Vert, but the rear guards did change quite a bit, so we'll go over that here. So, 4 Labrador, 4 Vert, nothing really different there. And then for grade 2, 4 Luminere, 3 Celtic, and a new card that they got was Slaney. Not only is this duo, but this is also a Prism. So I'm trying 2 of them in here to give them more abilities to bounce something back. Possibly early game or not. I'm trying to see if I can do a rush build with them. And then 2 Prism-Duo Avon. I kind of think of this card as kind of like a flute for the deck. Interesting enough, she's using a flute as the musical instrument, but this card, unlike some people would probably still run Ligurian, the 10k vanilla. I'm trying this out mainly because I've seen this be able to hit pretty high numbers, even in early game, comboing with this card, and this card is also another good one that combos with her. But I'm only running 2 because I'm testing it out right now, and it's an AK body, so 2 Avon. Seems to work. So I might keep it in. It's the grade 2 lineup. The grade 1s, 1 Colima. So this is the quintet walls. Now prisms have a quintet wall. Although, well, it's not a prism quintet wall, but it's a quintet wall. And then 1 Prism-Duo Aria. I like to run 3 of these, possibly even 4. But I do have them all divided among my duo decks. So I have 1 left over, so I threw it in here, and then 2 Mermaid Isle Ellys. Main thing is prisms. Prisms now have the capability of having a sentinel prism in the form of Aria, but it's still not really too terrible if you're running Elly, in the sense that really the only card that uses in a special counterblast is Labrador. So running Ellys does not hurt her, and it doesn't hurt Vert or any of the other cards. So really, it's just Labrador. And from playtesting Labrador, I've had this deck for a while now, so I've gotten so used to not having to, managing my counterblast well enough where I will be able to do my special counterblast. So I don't really worry too much about it. And I found that the duos really need this card more than the prisms. Although obviously, if you are just building prisms, go ahead and run Aria. I highly recommend it because it's more consistent that way. 4 Prism Image Clear. So this, along with Celtic, is when you're bouncing these cards, you put 4,000. You can Soul Blast 1 to put 4,000. I prefer Clear because I prefer to always bounce a rear guard booster that has already boosted that turn, as opposed to bouncing a intercept, because bouncing intercept doesn't really help you gain additional defense. So that's why I prefer to run 4 of this and 3 of that. And then 2 Prism Romance Mercure, just 2 of the 10k grade 1 for prisms. 2 Prism Promise Leyte. She is your Labrador is a personal booster, so it's 11k booster for Soul Blast 1. And then I'm still running the Feluccas in here, surprisingly enough, mainly because the deck does have so much Soul Blast. Like if duos are Counterblast heavy, this deck is Soul Blast heavy. So 2 Felucca just for soul charging. But that's another reason why if you're definitely serious about building a Prism deck, especially a competitive Prism deck, you want to run 4 Aria, or at least 3 plus the quintet wall. But I would say 4 probably is the best. So 2 Felucca, and then for the grade 0s, again, another reason why Aria is really good for prisms is because, for some weird reason, Bushiroad, they could have just as easily printed them a prism/duo critical trigger, but instead they just made a bunch of, they made 2 criticals that are both duo, and then they made 2 draws that are duo, 2 stands that are duo, and a new duo heal. But there's no prism triggers, which I'm kind of disappointed in. because, yeah, just for the same problem that they had all along. So still the 12 critical, 4 draw, and 4 heal. So every trigger except for the other 4 criticals is Prism. However, it's not all bad news. They did get a good starter for Prisms. Prism-Duo Tisza is the new starter. This is easier to pull off. Her effect is to bounce her back to your hand as an extra shield. Is much easier to do than Core, although Core is pretty good still. I found that Tisza is just easier to pull off, especially early game. You can use this multiple times. You can like boost, they no guard, it goes back. Then later on you can call it somewhere else. They don't guard, it goes back again. And then after probably the second time you use it, most of the time I just keep it in my hand from there as a shield. So that's pretty much the deck. It didn't change too much. Combos are still pretty much the same. The only difference now is with the new grade 2s, like with Avon and her. You can use this to bounce something like Felucca or clear. Like early game, you can do some stuff like you can call this counterblast, depending on what you want to do. Most of the time, well, if you want to rush, you can bounce this Soul Blast and then like recall here or something. So this is gonna be 11 plus 7, so that's all of a sudden this is like 18. And you put 4 on whichever one you want to put. Like you put 4 on her for clear. Now she's even stronger. Or you can bounce Felucca. She goes up to 11. And you can bring Felucca down here or there. Soul Charge 1, whatever. So there's a lot of new little combos like that that are not nice to have now. It refreshes the Prism deck and makes it seem not so boring anymore. So let me know what you guys think of Prisms, how they stack up against duos, Coral, Pacifica, Reindeer, those kind of decks. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please subscribe. It helps a lot. Thanks.